Here is something nobody says out loud at the clay range. The 28-year-old shooting next to you has faster reflexes, better eyesight. He recovers from a bad shot in seconds, and most days, you are still outperforming him. Not because you're physically superior, but because there are things that happen to a shooter after 50 that genuinely make them better. Not in spite of age, because of it. I know that sounds backwards. Everything you hear at the range is about what you're losing. The slower eyes, the stiffer shoulder, the reactions that aren't quite what they were. Today I want to talk about the other side of that conversation. The 5 things that quietly, genuinely improve, and how to lean into them so hard that they become your biggest competitive advantage. Welcome back to Barrel Boost. This channel exists to help shotgun shooters, especially over 50, shoot smarter and more consistently. Most of what I talk about here is fixing things. Today is different. Today is about recognizing what is already working in your favor and what gets more powerful every year you stay in this sport. If you're new here, hit subscribe. Let's get into it. Before we start, I want to be honest with you. I am not going to tell you age is irrelevant. It isn't. Your visual processing speed has changed. Your flexibility has changed. If I pretended otherwise, I wouldn't be doing my job. But here is what the coaching world consistently undervalues. Clay shooting is not won by the fastest body or the sharpest eyes alone. It is won by the shooter with the most reliable process, the most stable mental state, the deepest understanding of the target. Every single one of those things develops with time, with experience that a 28-year-old physically cannot have yet. These are real advantages, and if you are not consciously using them, you are leaving performance on the table. Number 1, target reading. Target reading is not just seeing the clay when it appears. It is knowing, before it appears, exactly where it is going, how fast it will move, and where the ideal break point is. Younger shooters react. Experienced shooters anticipate. A 25-year-old sees the clay, processes it, and responds. That reaction takes measurable time. And in clay shooting, that lag often means the gun is late and the shot goes behind. An experienced shooter over 50 has watched thousands of birds emerge from that trap house. Their brain has built a deep library of trajectories and speeds. When they call pull, they are not waiting to see the clay before making decisions. They already know where it is going, how to use this consciously. Before every station, watch one bird go without shooting. Just observe the line and the speed. You are loading your brain's prediction system, and when you actually shoot, you will feel the difference immediately. Number 2, patience at the shot. Most missed clays are not missed because the shooter was too slow. They are missed because the shooter was too early. The gun was not quite settled. The eye had not confirmed the line, but the trigger got pulled anyway because something was rushing. That rushing instinct is almost universal in younger shooters. The brain says, pull now, before it gets away. After 50, the urgency softens. You have seen enough clays go by, both the ones you hit and the ones you chased, to know that waiting for the right moment is better than grabbing for it. This is not slowness, this is timing. And timing, unlike reaction speed, improves with experience. Think of it like a jazz musician. A young player rushes the note. An experienced player knows exactly where the pocket is. That precise moment where the note lands with the most impact. Experienced shooters find that pocket at the shot. Years of range time build it. Almost nothing else can. Number 3, self-knowledge. After 50, most experienced shooters have an internal diagnostic system that operates almost automatically. You mount the gun, the shot breaks, and before the clay has finished falling, you already know, not guessed, know, whether the gun was in the right place and whether the timing was right or rushed. That immediate self-diagnosis is extraordinarily valuable. It means you correct in the next shot, not after a dozen shots, not after a coach reviews video of you. The next shot. When a younger shooter hits a rough patch, 4 or 5 misses in a row, they often spiral. They start trying different things randomly because they don't yet have a clear enough map of their own technique to identify the actual problem. When you hit a rough patch, you already know where to look. That is an advantage that cannot be faked or fast-tracked. Number 4. Mental stability under pressure. Younger shooters at a competition feel the stakes acutely. A missed bird in the first station follows them to station 5. They cannot separate the score from the performance. The inner voice is loud and persistent. After 50, most shooters have developed a more stable emotional baseline. The missed bird is a missed bird, not a catastrophe, just information. This has a direct, measurable effect on performance. Elevated cortisol, the stress hormone, directly impairs fine motor control. Your hands are less steady, your timing is less precise, your visual processing slows. Experienced older shooters run lower cortisol at the range, not because they don't care, because they have learned, sometimes painfully, that caring too hard in the moment makes the shooting worse, not better. How to use this? Between stations, take one slow breath, feel your feet on the ground, and reset your focus to the next target only. You already have this capability. Make it deliberate. Number 5. Consistency of process. This is the most powerful of all. Every great clay shooter performs best when their shooting is driven by a reliable, repeatable process. Same stance, same hold point, same visual pickup, same mount, every single bird. The shots that go wrong are almost never caused by a failure of physical ability. They are caused by a break in process. Building that process takes quality repetition over time, doing the same thing correctly so many times that it runs automatically without conscious thought. Even under pressure, you have stood on those stations hundreds, perhaps thousands of times. The mount has been grooved over years of correct repetition. The process is not something you are building anymore. It is something you are executing. A 28-year-old is still making conscious decisions on every station. Where do I hold? When do I mount? Where is my eye going? Those conscious decisions create variability. You are running a program that is already written. Your only job is to let it run without interrupting it. Conclusion? So, let's bring these 5 together, because they work as a system. Your target reading tells you where the clay is going before it arrives. Your patience lets you wait for exactly the right moment. Your self-knowledge tells you instantly what to adjust. Your emotional stability keeps your nervous system calm. And your process consistency means your technique is deeply grooved and ready to run the moment you call pull. That system gets stronger every year, not weaker. You are not declining, you are compounding. The shooters who struggle after 50 grieve what they've lost. The shooters who thrive invest in what they're gaining. You now have a clear list of what that is. Here is your challenge for your next range session. Pick one of the 5 and make it your entire focus for that day. Not your score, not your technique, just that one advantage. And notice what happens when you consciously use it. Come back and tell me in the comments, which one felt most true to your own shooting? I genuinely want to know. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more informative videos. Keep compounding, keep shooting smart, and I'll see you in the next one.